Hello, hello.
Hi.
How is everyone doing? Pretty sure. I just said to you, is your volume down? I did turn my volume down. Before I say anything, can you guys tell us in the chat if you can hear us okay? Because it's sweltering in my room and we've got the fan going full blast. And secondly, on my end, it looks grainy. And my electronics, I'm blaming Mercury retrograde because everything that you can possibly imagine, my phone broke again, my laptop's been a pain in the ass, my other phone, my iPhone is being a pain. I see two of you.
Yeah, well, that's a good start.
That is a good start.
Okay. Warren said you can hear us okay.
Hello, Bud Files. Good to see you.
Oh, look, Jen's Adventure.
Hello, Jen's Adventures. Hello, ladies. I can hear you great. Awesome.
Hi, Veronica.
Hey, B. How are we? Great to see so many of you. We hang on. I have a hair attacking me.
Molting again. You need a good brush.
I'm constantly molting, and so are my cats, and I feel like my face is constantly smothered with fur.
Do you get fur balls?
Probably. Hi, Connie. I actually had to get a good old COVID test the other day. I had like flu-like symptoms, so I got sent home from work, and I felt really bad because they had to go through and like clean everything.
At least you didn't have to do it.
Yeah, I felt awful because I'm, like I'm not one to, like I'll still go to work. Do you know what I mean? But our policies at my particular work are very, very tough. So I got sent home off to get tested, but I was negative. But yeah, just the good old flu, which is not nice in summer when we're in the middle of a heat wave, unfortunately. And I don't have aircon in this room. As a long-haired woman, I can say we are always molting. Yes. And my hair is like long. It needs a cut. I need to find time to see the hairdresser. So we are waiting for our special guest.
Special guest.
So we can't say anything just yet because, we need to wait until he comes in. Hello, Bad to the Bone. Oh, it's great to see everybody.
Yeah.
Both of you look fine. Fine?
Just fine.
Just fine, Dan? Fine? What is this word you speak of? And dun 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 dun. Finally got our new merch. Dun dun. And I do have the other one, and Daniel in our chat, Daniel Skiri, also finally got his prize. I actually sent both Cara, our other winner from October, and Dan a mug. So yeah, because I felt terrible for just taking my sweet merry time and not having my shit together as per usual. Hi, Helly. Oh, so you guys like it? It looks pretty freaking awesome. And it came out pretty close, I'd say, to the colouring on my computer.
And the other one's pretty good too.
The other one is pretty good. So, what? Oh, everybody, it was Jen's birthday on Tuesday. So everyone say happy birthday to Jen.
I'm not counting anymore. It's
Peter,
just the other day.
yeah. Yes, you get to an age. You don't want to count anymore.
You're just like, no.
Your broadcast is picture perfect.
Awesome. Andrea likes the t-shirt. That's good.
Well, guys, go freaking buy one. Just do it. Do it now.
And they're good quality.
Not right now. Like,
they're
don't go
good quality
anywhere.
t-shirts too. They're not like cheap, crappy ones.
Yes.
Thanks, Andrea.
And Kim said, Peter, none of us will ever have our shit together.
Oh, that's good to know. It's reassuring that other people suffer from that.
Oh, yours was on Monday, Daniel. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Speaking of, there's a couple of things that we're going to start doing. So we might as well just give you a little update while we wait for our guest. I'll talk about the day one, and you can talk about the like where you're from, like in the comments when you were talking about, like where you're from.
Oh yeah, kitchen. Oh no, it's the heat. It's getting to me.
We're just too old.
I think it's Friday, brain. Well, I'm saying our, probably mine more.
I think we're just old, and it's the heat. And I mean, I have an excuse because I'm not well.
I don't really have an excuse, but I'll try and find one.
So something I spoke to Jen about a couple of weeks ago, and something I've been thinking about doing, oh gosh, maybe for a couple of months, is birthday shout outs. So you guys know that like nobody, and I mean nobody on our channel, is looked at as just a number. We all see you.
We don't use numbers.
No.
We don't use numbers.
We all see you individually, and you know, like we have like our OGs and our regulars. We always have new people coming in, which is amazing. But you know, we wanted to show kind of our appreciation and what's the word? What's the word? Sick brain. I had it.
Or acknowledge.
Acknowledge.
Yeah.
That you guys are, you know, special to us. So we thought we would start doing B-Day shout-outs. Now, I'm not sure how we're going to do it yet. We might do it like maybe like once a week, or once we actually start filming for season 4, you know, put it in.
Maybe we could do it during lives or something.
Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah, so either, you know, we'll shout you out and pin you as a comment for your birthday, you know, and obviously there's going to be probably multiple people per week, however it works. And then Jen thought about. Oh man, come on.
No, I was just talking to Peter, and I just thought it might be interesting if people want to put where they're from, because we have some new people on board and some old people. But sometimes we don't know where you guys are from. So we would just be interested for you to put in, where you're from.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you guys have seen, okay, so it starts. Oh, hang on. Give me 2 seconds, guys. You'll still be able to see us, but our guest, no, our guest has the time mixed up. So give me 2 seconds. Hang on, what's the time now? Started at 8 p.m. EST.
It's 9:15.
Oh, shoot.
Oh. Oh, the problem with all these time zones.
That's right. He's Central Time.
Oh, no, poor Jessie.
All right. He shall be here in a moment.
All
So,
sorted.
what was I saying? I'm not sure. Turn your phone on silent, Peter. It is. That wasn't my phone. And my do not.
And it wasn't mine either.
My
I've got do not disturb on, and my
other maybe. Cheeky. Hello.
yeah, nothing coming from my phone.
Mods, can we get rid of the spambo, please? I don't know what it is with spam accounts lately. I've been seeing on other people's lives as well. We were talking about doing birthday shout outs, etc., etc.
And everybody letting us know where they're from.
Yes.
Be interesting.
Guys, can you remember what I was saying? I'm sorry, I'm not well. I thought you two were in separate places for a minute because that bookcase separated.
When we set it up, I thought, oh, it looks like a split screen.
It does. Anyway, I can't remember what I was talking about. It was probably just a lot of dribble. But we are excited also because we've hit over 1.5k now. And yeah,
woohoo!
I'll be doing a post for that, and I'm still working on editing the captures of 21 video, which when I was talking to Jen last night, we'll have to do in probably 2 parts because there's actually more than what I realized. So
I think when you go back, it sort of hits you. It's like, oh wow.
Yeah. So if you guys aren't sure, hi Lily. If you guys didn't know, we Callum from Slaptown featured like the apparition ghost thingy that we captured during our live investigation at Serpentine, and
that's so cool.
Yeah,
I watch it over and over. I just
awesome.
Like, wow.
And it walks right through Jen.
Yeah, I didn't feel a thing.
Yeah. And the other one was the shadow figures that we captured, and one that Daniel picked up during our static cam marathon.
There we go. Yeah. My shadow.
It's Dan's shadow.
Me and my shadow.
Yeah. I think that's what I was talking about. Doing so I've been doing like some polls on like my community tab on YouTube, right? So Jen and I are going to be doing more of those, and more because we want to know, what you guys like, what you don't like.
It's a good way to gauge, what. Obviously you want more of or less of, or.
Yeah, exactly. Like it gives us like a more clear guide of what you guys want. Hi, Josh. Joining late, sorry. That's okay.
Hi, Josh.
It's all good. I'm always late, Josh, so you're fine. We were meant to film our first episode of season 4 last Friday. Unfortunately, we had to cancel because of me. which was very, very frustrating. But with us like being so like careful with COVID and that kind of stuff, yeah,
but it's
just,
a top location, so we can't wait to get there.
Yes, it's going to be a good one. But we are filming an investigation tonight. So after I post like the captures of 21, season 4 will be back into full swing, and I should be kind of getting a bit more back into rhythm as well, because I've been working like a lot, so I have not had time really to edit because I've got the kids on school holidays, and yeah, it's just
crazy.
Yeah, and you know, like the old me, the burnout Peta from last year would push through, but you know, I'm trying to just be like, right, priorities, do what I can, and if I can't do it or if I'm not up to it, then I'm not pushing.
Like I kept saying to you, you can't pour anything out of an empty cup. So
yes, I mean, I'm pushing myself just to investigate tonight, but I'm going to do it anyway. So it looks like our special guest has arrived.
There he is. I can see him.
So as you guys know, you know what? It's been about 18 months since, you know, we started on this journey, and Jen's going to be coming up for eight months.
I think it was about March last year, March or April. So yeah, somewhere around there.
She's still here.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but she is. But yes, Jen does need to head to an appointment, so we won't waste any more of your time or our guest time. So without any further ado, we would like to introduce our first official sponsor, Jessie. Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, sorry about the time. I apologize.
No, that's my fault.
I got the time all mixed up.
That's on her.
That's my fault. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm constantly in 50,000 time zones, and it's very difficult. Very, very difficult.
No, I'm just glad I was building some equipment, and I just so happened to check my Facebook, and I was like, oh, okay, I got like 45 minutes. So then I messaged, and I was like, oh, now I gotta get on there super quick.
Oh shoot! I'm so glad I messaged you then, because you would have been thinking, what's she doing now? Like,
yeah, I would have got on. Nobody would have been around. I'm like, dang.
Yes, yeah, we would have been done, dusted. Yeah. It was a great show, by the way, Jessie. It was a great one. But yes, everybody in the chat, this is Jessie from D's Ghost. So did you want to tell everyone a little bit about your website and what you do?
So I've been a paranormal investigator for about 8 years, and I got tired of spending crazy amounts of money on paranormal equipment.
Yeah.
And most of the time when I ordered it, either something was wrong or I never received it, and I could never get in contact with the company. And if I did, it was very vague. And so I decided, you know what, I can learn to build this myself. And sure enough, here we are 3 years later, and I'm building stuff that I never thought I could build. But the cool thing about the equipment you see on my website is this is all stuff that I use personally. So I don't follow trends. I don't follow what the biggest company is making. I pretty much create things that I, as an investigator, would want to use. So it's pretty cool, and I've got some new stuff here that I'm not sure you guys seen on the site when we talked about the sponsorship. So I've got a few cool
Mhm.
things to show you guys, but we are one of the first, and at this point, I think the only company that offers insurance on your products that you can purchase.
Mhm.
It's a 6-month policy, so basically, if you break it, drop it. I don't really care. Send me a video of it not functioning, as long as
Yeah.
it's in with that 6 months, and you get a new one shipped to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And see, that's one of the things I really loved about your website and what you offered, because, you know, like you were saying in the beginning, you know, you either, you know, you order equipment and you either, it gets lost in the mail, it comes broken, and, you know, sure, you can try and get in contact with said company, and, you know, all they'll do is like, well, ignore you for one, because they don't want to know about complaints and stuff like that. And, you know, the companies I've dealt with have just been absolutely shocking. Or the product comes broken, and, you know, then they expect you to spend the money shipping it back. And with us being in Australia, you know, and even, you know, for people in other countries, like, it's not cheap. Postage is not cheap, and
Right.
you know, it takes forever.
And then what
Because of
happens?
COVID.
You end up with a bunch of equipment that's just sitting somewhere because, you don't want to ship it back. You can't be bothered dealing with the crap that you have to go through. So it's just sitting there, and it's a waste, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
and that was the other thing.
Yeah, it's tough here in the U.S. I've only had it happen like one time out of country. But like here in the U.S., what I'm able to do is I send them I can either give them a credit on the website for what they've spent in shipping, or I can just email them a slip, a delivery slip. But that's kind of hard to do overseas, because like online, I don't get that option to do that overseas. So like overseas, what I do is I just give them a credit for what they had to pay in shipping on the website. So I know it sucks to have to do that, but I feel like it's better than just saying, oh, well, if you want it fixed, you got to ship it back, Like I had an incident today where a customer, I shipped it out, but UPS, or well, the U.S. Postal Service, had pretty much banged up the box pretty hard, and it caused the power supply to disconnect. So, I pretty much covered the cost and said, "Look, dude, here's the thing. Just ship it back. I'll take care of it." And it's unfortunate, but most companies, what they'll say is, "Well, it was functioning when I shipped it," and that is always their response. But I do try to take care of the customers. That's the main thing for me. So.
Yeah.
And you also do a flat rate shipping fee for overseas as well. So Jesse does ship to Australia, guys. So if you are in Australia, he posts overseas.
And normally what I will do, I charge a flat rate, but if it doesn't go over that flat rate, then I will give them a credit for the difference.
Wow.
Because the problem is we don't really know what the shipping's going to be overseas, but if it doesn't go over it, then I try to give them a credit for the difference.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's amazing.
Like we've ordered our music box from Jesse, and did you see the note? We're not going to say what bit of music we've chosen. But we've chosen a bit of music that Jesse is a big fan of. We wanted to do it in his ear, and it was Jen's idea. But yeah, I think we're going to end up, like Jen suggested, doing a competition. So when it actually goes off and it starts playing, people have to try and guess what it is.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be awesome. You don't even know how excited I am about this.
Yeah. And we're going to be the only ones with a paranormal music box with this kind of music on it. Just let us put it that way.
How cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. And those are, I do sell a lot of those music boxes. The price has to do with a lot of it. Because I don't know about over there or if there's a lot of companies over there that sell equipment, but like over here, you're going to spend $200 to $500 on one of those boxes. And, man, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a huge amount of money to come up with, isn't it?
Well, I mean, just the amount of money that you got to, you know, put in to get equipment is hard. And, you know, like it's always kind of a toss up with me because it's, do we get a new bit of equipment or do we, you know, keep saving for filming gear? Like, you know, we're, you know, wanting to get like the wireless mic packs because we want to, you know, really improve the quality, you know, not just film quality, but the audio of our investigations. So, yeah, we need to find.
Now I've introduced the Mausoleum series boxes. And so you guys, everybody knows what a mausoleum is. So basically it holds multiple remains pretty much. But what the reason I put it as the Mausoleum series is because all the boxes under that series are 3-in-1 devices. So it's got 3 tools in one box that you can use at any point. Because I know me as an investigator, like I don't want to lug around a bag of equipment. Like if I've got 2 3-in-1 boxes.
We only have 2.
So those are extremely popular right now, but just because nobody's really offering those style of designs, and I think I'll show you guys here in a minute some of the equipment that I use on the regular or that are some of our popular devices. So
that'd be great.
Yeah. Here, whenever you're ready, you just let me know.
Yeah. But you know, that's one really, really good thing about Jesse's website, guys, is he's got, you know, things like equipment on there that you can't find anywhere else.
Yes, that's what I noticed.
And you know, like you kind of just brainstorm, I guess, and being an investigator yourself, it's a little bit easier for you to try and, you know, figure out, you know, well, how could I do this better, or how could I use that for this type things. So yeah, I like that a lot of your pieces are unique to your website, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, I try to, because I try to think, well, I know that if I want to use something like this as an investigator, I know there's other investigators that are thinking the same thing. And nothing against the other big companies, but there are companies out there that make this equipment that don't really, like, they're engineers and they have like all this experience and stuff building this stuff, but they don't investigate, so they really don't know what the investigators want. They're just hoping that, you know, they make it look super fancy, and which is fantastic. But me as an investigator, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, if it looks cool, awesome, but it doesn't have to be fancy as long as it does the same thing.
Yeah, as long as it works.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you were saying, you know, having like a lot of your stuff is something that you can carry in one hand. It works just as well as, you know, the big bulky things that other ghost hunting websites sell.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. Do you want to start? Like,
yeah, I'll show you some of the stuff and give you some rundowns of it, and it'd be good. Let me switch the camera over.
So I forgot, whereabouts in the States here? Is it Missouri?
Yeah, I'm from the Missouri.
It is Missouri. Oh, where'd he go? He disconnected himself. So Jesse's from Missouri.
Oh, there he is back.
You disconnected yourself.
All right.
Oh, there. All right.
So this is
All
why
right,
Jesse and
so
I want to
this
tell,
is
because we
obviously the tunes box. This is
Mhm.
one of the most popular because we can download any music or any sounds you want through it. It's made 3D printed. It's got its own power supply. So literally it's just you turn it off and on. This device is best used in nighttime. Look at that. I'm rocking lays. So, but this device is mainly designed to be used at nighttime
Mhm.
in basically dark or blackout situations. For me, it's more of a debunking thing because I know motion sensors are very sensitive. And when you have
Mhm.
light involved, there's so many things that can give out false positives.
Okay,
So,
so can you explain to everyone in the chat, like, because a lot of there's a lot of investigators who use the music boxes and they
uh,
use them with camera lighting, and they'll keep getting triggered. Like, can you explain to everyone like why it's possibly giving false positives?
yeah. So, like, anytime you have a light change or a flicker of light, the motion sensor kind of picks up a different sense. This one in what it does is it triggers it. So here we are thinking we have something paranormal when in reality there's a very high chance that it was nothing. Just it was nothing. It was just a change in light, or maybe a fly flew by it during the daylight. You know what I mean? Or
Mm-hmm.
a car drove by and there was the glare from the glass on the side of the wall and it picked it up.
Oh,
Wow.
But
Right.
here, I did design it to be used in dark situations. So the concept of it is for you to be able to put it in a room. Um, and let's say you're over in the other room investigating. Well, if it's pitch black, you're less likely to get false positives, especially if nobody's in the room. So I will tell
mm-hmm.
you when this goes off, it it is a very high probability that you have caught something paranormal. And it will play for roughly 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So 15 to 30 seconds. And that gives you time to acknowledge that, hey, it went off. There's something in there. Maybe we should,
Get it.
pull out a spirit box and go in there and use it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So that is definitely the concept of around the tunes box. And yeah, so that's probably one of my biggest sellers. But then we have, let me see. So this is a new one. This is off the Mausoleum series. This is called the Lurker Box.
Oh.
So we all lurk in the darkness. So I mean,
Mhm.
I am. Let me
Yes,
see if I
our
even have
natural
batteries in it. Oh yeah. So this has got a temperature readout that will stay on once you power it on.
Oh, nice.
To me, that's super important.
Yeah.
Temperature, so you can see if there was a change. So the
Mhm.
cool thing about this, you're going to notice there's an antenna on the side and there's a couple toggle switches. This
Mhm.
toggle switch right here is for your REM pod. So if you want to use your REM pod, you click it on and then it goes off, and we can extend the antenna up higher above the box to increase the
Mhm.
sensitivity. But the cool
Yeah.
thing is, look what I'm doing right here. What do you see the difference between this REM pod and another REM pod?
Well, it's not beeping for one,
Yeah,
and
I'm
definitely.
holding it. And so I can
Yeah.
walk. You can walk with this during your investigation. And if something breaks the REM field, it'll go off. Like, for instance, there's my finger. So to show you that you can walk with it and use it.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm.
Yeah.
So then the next device that's on it. So let's say we're done with the REM and we want to do a stationary. So this is your motion sensor on the top. It's a 360 view. That's why I put it on the top. So once I
Mhm.
kick this on in the dark time or it picks up, it will, well, it's not going to pick up now because it's in the light. But let me see if I
Yeah.
can. There we go. See, I turned it off. PRI sensor picked me up. So it'll light up
Yeah.
at you red to let you know that it's detected something from that sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that is what we call the Lurker Box. That is my 3-in-1 device for the Lurker Box. So it's got motion, REM, and temperature readout.
Yeah, and see, that would be also really good to put in front of a static cam, because, you know, like you can see, you know, any temperature fluctuations,
Mm-hmm.
and all that kind of stuff. And,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like doing a big, like a large location, you're
Yeah.
upstairs or downstairs. Yeah, that's
You
amazing.
need that type of equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Our other team member, Adam, who's Perth Reptiles, like, damn, you're clever, Jesse. Very, like, he
Yes.
knows what he's doing.
So like this, it looks like an ordinary flashlight, but this is actually my REM flashlight. So every investigator, well, that I know, at some point uses a flashlight during their investigation. Because let's get real, we don't want to walk into situations, walk into just a dark room with no light. So you'll notice it's rechargeable as well. So it's got under this red flap right here is to charge it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then you'll notice on this side it's green, which it will die out eventually because it is a REM, so it's stopped. When I pick it up, hold on. So it's stopped. I'm holding it. If something goes in front of the REM, it'll light up. So like, see, like if it breaks the field, or I'm trying to there you go. My finger's going up. So it's a REM basically, and you hold it as a flashlight, you turn it over and you've got that light. So once something goes, it's going to light up at you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
really
that's
cool.
pretty awesome because when I've used this in the field, it is awesome because, you know, you might be going down a hallway or in front of a doorway and all of a sudden that thing go off and you're like, wait a second, why did that REM, what broke that REM field?
Yeah.
So then it gives you an opportunity to pull something else out and try to communicate. You know, it just lets you know where there's other fields.
And how do you test, you know, like you were saying that, you know, the music box, for instance, can give out false positives. Like how, like what kind of process do you go through when you're, you know, building something new to try and limit the false positives?
Well, I think a lot of it, depending on like, a lot of it I'll use, we have multiple like cemeteries around me. So honestly, most of the time I'm a one-man show. So I'll go out there pitch black by myself testing equipment. And you know, if I don't feel like it's something that's actually going to work in the field, then I scrap it. But if because here's the thing, and this is honest to God's truth. Sometimes people will purchase things and they'll be like for instance, it might be a REM pod. Hey, my REM pod is not working. Well, what do you mean? What is it doing? Well, it doesn't go off. So they are not designed to just go off. You know what I mean? So I tell people like, you know, sometimes you're not. I don't know about you guys, but I know there's a good like 70% chance that when I go, some of this equipment's not going to go off. It's not designed to just go off out of nowhere. And that's a lot of my debunking process with my equipment. When I test it, if it's something that's going off for no reason, that's not something I want to put out in the field. Because I work with integrity and I want it to, when there is something there, I want it to work when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
No,
that makes a lot of sense.
So what would be like your like go-to pieces that you would like use on a regular basis in an investigation?
As far as the devices, so I've been huge on these. I'm not sure if you saw it, but I've released the Ghost Arc and the Ghost Arc 2.0, which is it's kind of like a Jacob's ladder, but it's a handheld version. And so, as you know, like a Jacob's ladder produces electricity or voltage. So the good thing is an EMF meter is not going to pick that up. If you use like a radiation detector or something, that will pick it up, but an EMF meter won't. So I'll show you. Sorry, I got to keep. So this is what I would call the ghost arc. This is the 2.0, so it's got an EM pump on it. Which you can see.
It's so cute. Oh my goodness.
And then when you
It's
I
so
don't
little.
have batteries in this one, I don't think. There we go. Hold on. So I don't know if you can hear, but it puts off like a higher frequency.
Yeah.
And it'll arc on that. It'll produce like an electricity arc.
Oh.
And then what it does, you can hear it running. But what it does is like this will put off a radiation, and then the EM pump inside will put off an EMF. So like right now, I'm just loading my room with like a whole bunch of charge.
Yeah.
And to me, that is the biggest thing that I think the field needs right now. Just because, everybody is using like Tesla. So think of a Tesla coil when you think of a ghost arc. The only difference is it's a lot stronger. And I probably zapped myself more than a few times building these things. But when you put that in the room, it does help charge the room. And as I built that, I actually had a second idea, and this one is pretty awesome if you look into it. But this is called the Gravedigger. So this is a Mausoleum series box as well. So you're going to notice it has
the names you give your equipment. I love them.
So cool.
Yeah.
So this one, you'll notice there is a auxiliary cord, which goes into this speaker. And what it does is you'll plug this up, like you can use your tablet or your phone, and you download a frequency generator app. Okay. And then what it does is you can adjust the frequencies through this speaker, about 15 hertz, which is below what a human can hear, or you can put it up to 25,000 hertz or in between. And what that does is it's a vibrational energy that puts out in the field. And as I've tested that and used it, it can really like stir up spirits. Because like it's crazy how it works. But the reason I did it this way, where you download the app, is because I want it to be cost effective. If I build a frequency generator and put it in this box, I'm going to have to charge another $100 on the box, and that's ridiculous. So that part of it is awesome. The second part of it is, let me see if I got a battery in this one.
So Jesse, would that be similar to an EMF pump? I think it's
what it is.
Yeah.
So it is very similar to an EM pump, excepting it's not putting off an EMF field. It's putting off a vibrational energy.
Okay. Yep.
And it uses frequency sounds. Sometimes I'll do it, and it's not really nothing I can hear, but it's so high pitched, my dogs are going crazy. So then this one also has what I call, I have a piece of equipment called the toss box on my website. It's a trigger object sensor. And so you'll notice it has these wires with these alligator clips that I have. Right now I have them, sorry.
I know it's hard to film and do.
So it has alligator clips. So like, let's say I have an old like tobacco can or whatever. You literally hook these up to the can, and whatever metal object you hook it up to is now the trigger.
Wow.
That will cause it to go off. Or as you seen the alligator clips were put together earlier,
Yeah.
you make a circle in front or behind the box, and whatever you put in that circle is part of that field now.
Ah.
Wow.
And then this part of it over here, when you turn this one on, the white light is like a vibration meter. So anytime there's a vibration or something hits the box or the table around it, it'll light up at you to let you know that it detected vibration.
Yeah.
Wow.
And see, this is what like I'm telling you guys, like Jesse has got like and built and designed, you know, like stuff that you cannot buy on other ghost hunting websites. And the other good thing is that, you know, his prices are a lot lower from what I've seen.
They're more
than
more
the
than
other ones.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. They're not ridiculous.
But, you know, as you were telling me on the phone, with one of, I can't remember which piece of equipment it was for, but you get the control pads in from the UK. So
Yeah.
even though you know, like try and keep each bit of equipment, you know, cost effective, it's still made with like
Good quality,
the best quality
components.
stuff that you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I find a board or a circuit that works well, I don't change it, and I don't use other ones, because to me it changes the quality of what I expect.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want that to run over on the customer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. So as I was tinkering, I've actually, so you'll see this on the website. It is it's my custom hacked spirit box. But now what I've done is you're able to have like a turbo mode on it now. So basically when I turn it on, you can adjust the volume or whatever. Once you set your presets, then I'll turn it on. It'll start sweeping automatically, and it's a clean sweep. So you'll notice you don't hear a lot of white noise.
Yeah.
So then now once I turn this on all the way,
You baby.
now it's in turbo mode. So for me that's huge. And if you don't want it in turbo mode and you want just a regular sweep, you just turn it off. So yeah, that's kind of some of the things that I think about when I'm building equipment is it works, and that runs by I think what $60 to $70 on our website.
That's unbelievable.
And one of the things that like even I wasn't aware of with the so guys, you know how a lot of people are building their own like spirit box, like you know, portals. So they've got the speaker, they've got the noise gate, the reverb pedal, and you know, it looks like a little paranormal bomb basically. Now, I was talking to Jesse about that, and you know, wanting to cancel out the white noise.
Yeah, because let's admit it's pretty annoying for a lot of people,
especially when you're just playing it straight through the SB7. But what happens when you put that noise gate on, Jesse?
So when you use the noise gate, it can be good and it can be bad. When you turn the noise gate on, you're going to notice a lot of the white noise around it dumbs down and turns down. But in the same concept, you're actually restricting what you're allowing to go through. So as you turn your noise gate on and use your noise gate, the more you turn the noise gate up, the less you're going to get to come through.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does make sense.
And but, so that's part of why
I didn't know that, and I was just like, so I mean, because I think you said it cancels out almost 80% of potential spirits coming
when
through.
when you're doing that, and that's another reason why I don't carry that part on my site. Can I make it for people? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But as I tested it in the field with other boxes, I noticed when I didn't use the that I was getting even when I was using just white noise. Like let's say I remove an antenna and do that. Even then I was getting more by not using the noise gate coming through. So that last box you seen me, that hacked spirit box, that's why you'll notice there was no white noise in it. So if I did hook it up to a box, I'm just going to get what's coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome.
And, you know, like, obviously, you know, it's not common knowledge.
No.
Like,
and it seems to be like the hottest thing. Everybody's out there, you know, getting one and going, oh, look, not much white noise anymore, and blah,
you know,
blah, blah.
This is how you build them, and this is how you make it. And, so it's quite
and I think the SB7 is super popular. I do use it. Like I've restricted my antenna on it because if I want a box with white noise, then if I get anything out of it, it's more likely to be paranormal if I remove the antenna and take away some of the, you know what I mean, stuff that's coming through. But if I don't want white noise, I'm going to pull out the custom hacked box that you just seen me do, because then, I mean, if I want to hook it to my portal box, I can clearly hear what's coming through with the echo and stuff.
Yeah.
So, because like I haven't removed my antenna off my SB7, so would you recommend like taking it out?
Yeah. So what I do is, that's why I always carry two spirit boxes. Like for me, I do have an SB7, and then I have what I just showed you a minute ago, and I go to every investigation with both, because you don't know what you're gonna get. You know, even on my site, I have just it. I call it the just a DGB SB, which is the D's Ghost Spirit Box. I think it's like $40 or $50. People look at that and they're like, "Oh, it's a cheap spirit box." But I will tell you the reason I use that box too. That is my third box. I don't know how it is in Australia, but I know over here, anything usually between 60 megahertz and 80, there's usually nothing in that. Like, you're not going to hear radio stations. You're not going to hear things talking on that, right? So the times that I've used that little, what they call cheap spirit box that I hack, I mean, it is ridiculous how many times I've had something come through at those frequencies between 60 and 80. And it is so hard to debunk that, because there's just not very many stations, if any, that run through that.
Yeah.
You know, so spirit boxes are huge. You just got to know, what kinds and what's best for what situation. They're all fun, but I use all three of them during an investigation.
Yeah. All right. So with because Jen will have to shoot off in a moment. So with our sponsorship, like, we won't talk about like how it's working with us, but you are going to be doing a special code for the people who watch us. So do you want to just run through that quickly so everyone can?
Yeah. And did I already give you your code, actually?
Yes.
Okay.
ESP 13.
ESP what?
13.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is, when you use their code ESP13, that is going to reflect to them as well. But that's kind of our way of giving, whether you're a fan of them or D's Ghost or whatever it might be, it's going to give you a little bit of a discount, okay, on your product. And it also helps these two be able to get more equipment, or help fund their investigations, because they do get a kickback. I give back to every team that I'm sponsored with, because as we know, guys, like, investigations aren't cheap.
Yeah.
Equipment's not cheap, right?
We know.
Especially here in Australia, they
Yeah.
are not.
So yeah, I would. I would just encourage everybody to use that code. You know,
Mhm.
it's very vital to you and them. You know,
Yeah.
it can help everybody. You know, who doesn't want a little bit of a discount or a kickback?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, we do have a lot of you know, investigative teams that, you know, are subscribed to us, or you know, in our live streams and things like that. So I'll need to get the actual link for the code off you. So
Sure.
what I'll do, guys, is once I get that off Jesse a bit later, I'll put it in the description box of the live, this one. So then, yeah, and it will go into every single, you know, description box. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. I've got to shoot off. I have an appointment that I have to attend. Lovely to see you, Jesse. And thank you so much. We're so excited, aren't we?
We are.
We're just pumped.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But thank you. Bye, everybody in the chat, and I'll see you later on.
Okay. Enjoy.
Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Bye. Oh, your clip.
Oh,
Your
thank you.
lippity clip.
Okay, I'm out.
All right.
All right.
See ya. Yeah. So, what like your you know, what would be like if you were to say, you know, go and investigate right now? What would be your, you know, 3 things that you would grab?
Honestly, I would probably grab a voice recorder. Probably the Lurker Box and the Ghost Rig. Like right now, that's what I'm on. But if I'm a newer investigator and I'm you know, by myself, you know, to me the real 3 things you would need is a spirit box, an EMF meter, and a voice recorder.
Yeah.
Because you always want to record everything that you do and say. So I mean, no matter what, I always try to put that voice recorder in there. You know, so yeah.
And speaking of voice recorders, because you know, the old Panasonic, I can't remember the model number, but the voice activated one. Yeah. Is that something that you're, you know, maybe gonna look into doing and selling on your website, like a voice activated one?
Now, I'll have to look back at my website, and I did change a lot of stuff on my website. I do have voice recorders, and I usually use Olympus. They usually seem to work well with me. And the ones that I normally try to carry are the ones that you can slow down the recording to hear, you know, what's going on. But I tell people in general, though, I mean, like me, I have an iPhone, so I have the voice memo option. And so like for me, you know, you don't have to have a lot of money to do it, but sometimes if I forget it, I'll just kick on the voice memos and just start recording.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing about smartphones, isn't it?
But I mean, I've seen like an older Panasonic, like one of the first ones. They're trying to sell them for like $3,000 because they say that they work. I don't know. I've never used one, but out of all the voice recorders, yes, you're going to have some that have maybe they're a little clearer, but not $3,000 clearer. So,
you're breaking up a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, Jen bought one from, you know, the post office here, and, you know, I think it was only like $15-$20.
Yep.
And it's a voice activated one. And you can slow it down, you can speed it up. It's freaking brilliant.
And it works just fine for $16.
Yeah, and we've been experimenting, with, using, one of us using the voice activated, the other one using just the normal one, and then comparing, like, are they picking up the same EVP? Are they picking up different EVPs? So, yeah, we've been doing like a lot of kind of different experiments with our equipment to, try and switch things up a bit, but also out of our own, curiosity as well. So
The only thing I found, like testing the voice activated ones, is if I put it in a room where there's nobody in, I don't use the voice activation, because if something does happen, there is a very small chance it might kick on just seconds later. You know what I mean? But otherwise than that, like if I'm already talking, doing a spirit box session, like I keep it in the voice activation mode so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Thank you, Daniel. You're awesome.
Would have been cool if that was Daniel Johns, though.
Well, that would be good, wouldn't it?
I know. What would be the chances of him watching you live right now?
Brian is in the chat. So
pair post.
There goes what?
Huh?
I would like to, Jen and I would personally like to thank Brian for, getting me in touch with Jessie. So thank you, Brian. You're awesome. Absolutely awesome. And guys, if you're not following Brian, his Facebook page is Hunterphobia, and also on YouTube. And Jen and I just did a Women in the Paranormal show on his channel as well. It's got Patty Starr in it, Patty Negri, Natalie Jones. It's got some amazing women who are in the paranormal field. So go and give that a watch as well. And everyone can find you on Facebook, IG, like all under D's Ghost, Jessie?
Yep. Yeah, you can find us at the website is dsghost.com, and the Facebook, just pull up D's Ghost, and you're gonna see some memes possibly in the search, but you will see the D's Ghost.
Yes, you will indeed. It is called D's Ghost. Andrea, Adam, if you're still in the chat, can you repost a link for me, please? Daniel's just saying about the Panasonic voice activated ones. Apparently, they were ultra sensitive and pick sounds other recorders don't. Interesting. Good Lord, we've really got the spammers coming out today.
Yeah, they normally do.
Yeah, I've been noticing them, even on some other people's channels. I'm just like,
yeah, they do.
It's just shocking. Usually I might get one, but I've had, I think, like 4, maybe 5 in this chat today.
Yeah.
Oh, make sure you report spam mods. Don't just delete it. Yeah, I just blocked them, Adam. Yeah, can you? Oh, there you go. So Adam has put the link in the chat, everybody. So go and have a look at the things that Jesse has on his website. Really, really cool devices. And again, things that you will not find anywhere else. And for anyone new that has come in, it is a flat rate. It's a $40 shipping flat rate for any overseas shipping. So, even the shipping is really good. I was telling you about that other that other person and their ghost hunting. I ordered a couple of things. Well, I was going to order a couple of things, and then I got to check out, and they were going to charge me nearly $300 for shipping. And the stuff that I was ordering wouldn't have even weighed more than 5 kilos. And I was just like, okay, the order is not happening.
Right.
So,
there are sometimes when I don't, I pull out of my pocket to do it, but to me, it's worth it for the customer. Just because, at the end of the day, I don't want them to pay an arm and a leg for shipping, and normally when I get orders from overseas, it's normally a couple items. So it really averages out for me.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Daniel wants to know what you think of SLS cameras.
So, that's actually a good one. I do think that there are possibilities to catch things on the SLS camera. But what I will say is they are designed to be stationary. They're not designed to be moving. So when you see somebody holding and moving and walking with an SLS camera, you have to remember that sensor is constantly trying to pick up, human, because that's what they're designed to do when they're used with the Xbox, right? So that's how they work. Now, if you have it stationary and it's sitting in one spot and you start to get something bouncing from certain parts of the room, that's not really normal all the time. So if it's stationary and you're getting stuff like that, then I would say, yeah, like you've got a good thing. But I always tell people, when you use the SLS cam, make sure it's stationary.
Well, I mean, I'm guilty of.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah. Mine has been called the Bastard by my subscribers, and it's very fitting because the Bastard is not working again. So it seems to pick and choose when it wants to power on and when it doesn't. So we're in the it doesn't want to power on mode at the moment, unfortunately. But I think our most compelling evidence that we captured was we went to Fairbridge for last year for season 3 filming, and we had like an amazing interaction with like a child spirit, and I was not I was maybe half a meter away from Jen, and so I was stationary for this time, and like every time we asked for this spirit to do something, like I said, are you able to, because it was right next to a wooden wardrobe, are you able to knock? There's a couple of knocks, and you see like her leg like hitting on the wardrobe, and just it was absolutely incredible. It's the best evidence I've got on it. But like I'm trying to teach Jen too that you've got to have really good discernment and judgment when it comes to the SLSs, because people will map on a pole and I'll be like, oh my god, it's a spirit.
Yeah, no, you do have to kind of use common sense when you're using it.
Yes.
Especially, I would say this, if you have it stationary and you have things happening and it's on command, I would say that is a very high probability that you have something paranormal.
Yeah, so probably best used, with a static cam on it. Yeah.
But I mean, that's just my opinion. Huh?
I'll keep that in mind from now on. I'll try not to move around with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, there's no right or wrong way. That's my opinion from my testing and using one and building them for people, because I used to build them. But sometimes it's hard to find the right, well, I will say cost-effective tablets that work and function correctly.
Yes. Yeah. And I think like I might have, like the software on mine's a bit corrupt, but yeah, I won't go into all that. Daniel's got another question for you. What do you think of, oh, hang on, I've got to hide that one. Hang on, where's the other question? Here it is. How do you feel about the Ovilus? I was going to ask you this, and are you going to make one?
Well, so
Spencer.
the Ovilus, man, there's no right or wrong answer to this one. Anything is possible. Okay. Do I think they're 100% accurate when they do it? No, you have to use common sense with it. It's the same thing with the spirit box. I'm not going to say that they're 100%, but I'm not going to say that they don't work. Now the apps make me nervous. There are some apps that I don't know that I'm confident. There's very few. There's one that Steve Huff made, the Miracle Box app, and it plays everything in reverse. So that one I'll use because it's playing everything in reverse. So I know that if I get something from it, there's a very high possibility that it was paranormal.
Yeah, see, I've downloaded that one, and I've found it quite hard to make out, things that are coming through. I like the necrophonic, but with that one, it's more, like you've really got to use your discernment with that one, because, I think because I've used it so much, like I know the loop, I know the words, come through on the regular, and, the tone that they come through in. So usually, when I'm using that, for a sensory deprivation or just in general, I'll only, take what's relevant to A, the location, or B, answering our questions.
And what app is that?
The necrophonic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can say honestly, the one that Steve Huff did design, and I'm not big on apps, but the Miracle Box, I will tell you 100%. I do believe that one works, and the only reason I say that is because I was actually able to communicate with my mother on that one. And that's the one that it speak everything's in reverse, so it sounds like mumbo jumbo.
Yes.
But I got, I was asking spirit guides and whatever to put me in contact with my mother. And right after I said that and I said her name, clear as day, it says, "I miss you." And I was like, did I just hear that? And I was recording it at the same time. So I've actually got it recorded. And it's crazy because to me, it sounds very similar to her voice and everything. Like it was the craziest thing that I've ever encountered with an app. So like, I don't know, that one, you're not going to get a bunch of stuff off of that. And that's what I like is if it is real, you're going to hear it. If it's not, you're just going to hear mumbo jumbo, And
that's what I, tell people, even with, using, have you heard of Paralus? It's an Android app that's like an Ovilus, basically.
Yeah.
I've gotten really good, relevant stuff coming through on that. But there are words, numbers that come through on the regular. So, Jen or Adam say, "Oh my gosh, it said this," like, fear me. I'll be like, it says that all the time, so disregard. But, and I've said to them with the necrophonic, just chuck your headphones on and listen to it, because you'll start hearing what the loop is. And like, Demon and Ian's another one that comes through, and like it's just it becomes very obvious like after you've listened for a while. But I'll definitely try using the Miracle Box one a little bit more and see. I'm investigating tonight, so
and there's not this is kind of how I tell people, is my opinion is, the apps, they can be similar to a spirit box, like you said. Like, you've just got to have common sense, what comes through.
Yeah.
I will say this, on a spirit box, very seldomly are you going to hear curse words on a spirit box, because a lot of these stations and frequencies and radios, they don't allow those kind of words to come on. So there have been times when I've heard things and it's relevant to what I'm talking about, or it's on command, or and maybe some of it's a coincidence, but I would say when it does happen and
Yeah, and that is something that I always tell the people that watch our investigations is not everything that you watch on YouTube or from other teams is paranormal. They might run around and overreact and go, oh my God, it said this, it did that, did you see this? But it's not, like, I don't know, like I can't put on a show. Do you know what I mean?
No,
like, if I'm investigating, I'm investigating. I'm not just gonna, hear a bird and go, oh my God, that was a child screaming. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people go with anything and it's all paranormal.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rebel is asking, do either of you use FLIR cameras, flare cameras?
I have used the FLIR cameras, and I have used like the off-brand gun cameras, the heat sensitive. And to be honest, the FLIR is good, but I don't think you have to spend that much money on something like that. Most of the off-brand ones will give you at least the right direction. Like, okay, it might not be as sensitive to like a body or whatever, but it's still going to show you, cold and hot spots in areas. You know what I mean? For you to look at. So even though I think, the FLIR is good, I really do. But I also think, like, it depends on your budget. If you can afford it, great, get it. It's worth it. But if you can't, those off-brand ones do most of the same things. And you're really, what you're looking for is a change in temperature.
Yes.
And it's able to visually show you,
You're breaking up a little bit, Jesse.
Okay, sorry. I don't know. My internet's, I guess, around here kind of weird.
That's all right. Jen's, discernment is key with anything you watch. Oh, geez. Now I'm like glitching too.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a point where Facebook's like, glitch it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Like, I don't know if you know about Mercury retrograde, but goddamn, like, that is really screwing up my technology. Like, everything is breaking, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. It's just doing my head in. But yeah, like, a lot of people are saying, discernment is key. Some teams overrate their own evidence. Absolutely. And I think I said to Brian, and I think I even said when I was chatting to you on the phone, that, I'd rather just have, 100 subscribers and 100 views and put out authentic stuff
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean,
you know, and have my honesty, my integrity. And I think, you know, so many people get lost in the numbers aspect of it, that
they
they
do.
lose, and it ruins it for the rest of us who are doing it to show real stuff, you know. And you know, with some of the captures we got last year, you know, I got so frustrated because, you know, they weren't cool enough, you know, like they weren't out there enough. It wasn't like a full shadow figure with a chick with, you know, like the ring with the long black hair and the white face, you know, peering
Yeah.
over my shoulder. And it's like, but this is actually like real paranormal, guys. This is what it is.
You know, and I've
Oh,
never. Can you hear me? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have never physically. So I hear a lot of people always say, you know, they see shadow figures, they see all that. I've been doing this for about 8 years, and I have yet to physically see anything like that. Now I've seen a few orbs, or like, and I really wasn't a believer in orbs until I was at a place in Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, and I literally watched it. You know what I mean? Like manifest out into the
Yeah.
light, and then I followed it. But
Mhm.
that's the only time I've ever seen it. I've never seen, you know, shadow figures and stuff like that. Now I've caught stuff on a camera and took a picture and caught it on
Mhm.
there, but I've never physically seen it myself.
Ah. See, I don't know. Like I'm always seeing stuff. Um, and everyone keeps threatening to tape a GoPro to my chest. So because they want to see what I'm seeing. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's cool and everything, but it's not really a look I'm going for. um,
Yep.
but yeah, it is the way. Like, you know, you always see things that, you know, of course your camera's not pointed on.
Yeah.
But, you know, with, you know, I've said to my viewers, it's like, well, and I've been able to show it like more than, you know, at least 5 or 6 times now, that when I say, oh, I'm getting covered in chills, for instance, and there'll be a light anomaly,
Uh-huh.
or be some like strange, like wispy manifestation of something, or, you know, I had one at this farmhouse we go to, and, you know, I was, my back covered in chills, and I just knew like someone was standing behind me. Hold my K2 up, and sure enough, my K2 starts going crazy. But, you know, I had to keep going around like this because, you know, the damn spirit was staying behind me.
Oh yeah.
So, like I've said to people, so if I say I'm feeling something, you know, I'm actually legitimately feeling something. I'm not
Well,
just saying for the hell
and
of
then
it.
that's also why when I developed the Lurker Box, the 3-in-1, that's why
Oh,
I literally put the digital temperature readout on it. Because if I'm holding
yeah,
that device with the REM and I'm feeling chills, I need to look down, and if I see it drop, then I know what I'm feeling is correct.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, and
You
it's
know,
just
I've
crazy.
shown people my arm before. You know, my hair's like, you know,
Oh
fully
yeah.
stand, and it would just be the one side.
Yep.
Um, you know, like I won't necessarily, you know, I might only be feeling like that kind of chill on your back, but I
Yeah.
won't be getting chills anywhere else. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not often that I fully get covered in chills, but it is, it's reassuring, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and good that I, you know, can confirm, you know, with either, you know, a visual or, you know, with a piece of equipment that there's legitimately something here.
Oh yeah.
But you know, like people are. I've had you know, men in the chat, and they're just like, they don't even look scared. Like, oh my god, like I'd be freaking out by now. And I'm just like, hey man, at this point, I think I'm desensitized. It's going to take something pretty darn big to make me jump.
No, and like me, like I have a tendency of hearing. I don't know why. I've never figured it out. But I have a tendency of hearing voices or hearing things. So I went to one of my sponsors in Maryland, and we went to this place. It's apparently haunted, but I can confirm that now. But I'm going downstairs into where their restaurant is, the dining room in it, and we've got the whole place to ourselves. And I go in there and I'm recording, and I'm going through the office area, and literally right next to me, the door handle starts shaking. I'm like, I stopped and I looked, and I'm like, okay, that was real. It's on camera. Okay, we're good. But it scared the living shit out of me. Pardon my language. But the other thing is, when I went back to go out, when I walked by that door, I heard male voices talking behind me. And so I hurry up and turn the camera around. Nothing's there. And you get it on video, but like the audio on it, but there was nothing there. And it blows me away when I hear that stuff, because some people will be like, oh, I didn't hear that. But like, I know like what I heard, you know, it's just one of those experiences that you can't sometimes share with other people, because I believe everybody's sensitive to their own degree, whatever that might be. You know what I mean? And I don't think everybody can experience the same thing.
Well, yeah. And I mean, I've kind of come to the conclusion, well, A, that Jen and Adam rarely hear anything that I hear. And I'm constantly like, you heard that, right? Like, you had to have heard that. And they're like, didn't hear anything. And I'm just like, how?
You know what we need to do? We need to get them one of those parrot ears that I got, and they will hear it.
But it's always so satisfying for me when it's picked up on the flipping audio, because I'm like, see, I told you I heard someone.
Right.
But you know, I've come to the conclusion that, you know, because Jen will hear something, and I mean, I hear a lot, but I might not hear what Jen heard, and I think it's, oh my gosh, like, spam people, please leave. Good Lord. I think spirits choose who they want, you know, to hear them, like who they want to hear.
Yeah, no, I agree. I can agree to that.
Daniel's asking, you know, investigators claim they see all kinds of things on camera. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's hard to say, you know, but I'm going to be honest. I stopped watching a lot of shows. Normally I go to Paraflix and I'll watch some of the other ones that I know are credible teams. Because I mean, how many times can you see the same thing or see in one show? Like, I know as an investigator, that stuff doesn't happen whether you see it or hear it, or a piece of equipment goes off. It doesn't happen as frequent. Like, it just doesn't.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, our very first capture was just an arm, like a shadow of an arm, like reaching out of one of the rooms in the hallway, and then there was a like light anomaly that came straight at the camera.
Yeah,
that was it. It wasn't the full shadow figure standing there going, "Hi." It was just an arm. It's just, It is
Yeah, you
frustrating.
don't. Yeah, I completely understand because there's times when I question it. But we really don't know what they're seeing. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think, like it's just, it is hard to, trust what other people are getting. And, so I understand why it is, possibly hard for other investigators or, other people to look at what we capture and go, oh, that's absolutely paranormal, or that's just fake.
Hmm.
Because it's just so prominent in the field now, unfortunately.
Well, and
Um,
there's a lot of actors, I will say, in this on the now because here's the realistic thing: people are figuring out that you can get paid when you get views, so they're
mm,
doing extreme things to keep people watching, and in reality some of it's not real, and you can tell who those
yeah,
teams or places are, and good for them if they can make a business out of it, but don't bring down the paranormal field uh, in the process. Don't fake the stuff to that extreme.
yeah, like, put it down as entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
I always put us under the, people and blogs. I think it is like the category. But I mean, the good thing about, the dynamic of our team is, Jen is quite sensitive. So, I'm trying to help her to, improve her gifts. And
Yeah.
Adam, uh, he's a skeptical believer. So he knows that there's something else out there,
Yep.
but before he came out with me, he had never experienced anything or felt anything. Um, so the first time he did, he was just like, wow, like that's pretty cool. But, if we, have something happen, we'll go through, especially Adam, and we'll go through like debunking,
Hmm.
things
Oh
on
yeah.
film, especially if it's a live investigation. Try to reenact it, try and, well, it might have been us as we were walking past there, or, and so having, a skeptic on our team is a good thing, because even though he has now experienced quite a lot, he's still, and so did Jen and I, but even more so with him, he still tries to put it down to logic before he'll go, all
Oh
right,
yeah.
well, I can't explain it now. Like, we've done everything we can, and yeah.
Yeah. There's one guy. If you guys ever get a chance and you're on Paraflix, there's a team called Paranormal in the Funhouse. Brandon is the lead investigator there, and I've got to investigate with this man probably 4 times. And there's one
Mm,
thing I can say about this guy: I've never seen or even heard of a person that got this much communication through a spirit box ever. And his is a hacked spirit box. Basically, the antenna's been taken out, so there's no interference. But it's astonishing to see it in real life, to know like this man is not faking any of this. Like, it's legit. I don't know. He's got some kind of sensitivity, you know what I mean, to
mhm.
communicating, and they like communicating with him through that spirit box. So if you ever get a chance, watch some of his shows. You'll see what I'm saying. Like, it's intense.
You'll
It's
have to
awesome.
send me his link, and
Okay.
I'll yeah. But yeah, like I think there's a lot of truth in that. Like, the more sensitive you are, the more stuff you get going on.
Oh yeah.
And I, like, will hear a lot. Like I've heard like a full-on male talking, like
Yep.
right behind me, right next to Jen. She hasn't heard anything. And it just, I don't know, it just blows my mind still. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, and I think people need to be careful too.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to go investigate and to, you know, try it out. That's good. But yeah, like people need to be aware that, you know, this stuff, like, you know, happens, and not so good stuff can follow you home.
Oh yeah.
So
100% can happen.
mhm. All right, well, I better let you go. Thank you so much for
Yeah, no
giving up.
problem. No problem. I'm excited to be on here and get to finally meet you.
Yes, it's been good, and we're excited to get a little prezi in the mail. So
Oh
and
yeah.
try that out. But I'm
Oh,
not
it's
going to
gonna.
tell you guys what it is. But yeah, you'll have to tell me what thing I should consider next. That would be good.
Oh yeah, there's definitely so much on there, and kind of, you know, I like to tell people. Everybody always asks me what I recommend, and you know, what I would say is find your own investigating style, because there's
Yeah.
no right or wrong reason. I would definitely try to use equipment that you think is gonna help you in your goal in investigating. Like me personally, um, it's hearing devices and trigger objects works for me. You
Yeah.
know, that's just always what's worked for me. Some people, they get really good connections with RIM pods or spirit boxes or whatnot. But we've got something for everybody. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the good part.
And I think it depends on the location too.
Yes.
And you know, like especially for you guys over there, you lucky bastards, you have a lot to choose from. And you know, you can kind of gauge from other teams what gear, you know, works best for those spirits. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like everyone, just check Jesse's website out. I will put the link in the description because I'm really naughty. No, I did that on purpose because I didn't want anyone to see. But I will put it in the description after I finish.
And don't forget, when you go to the deesghost.com website, make sure you use code ESP13. So ESP13, and get yourself a discount from this great team. That's what I would say.
All they need to do is put that in your at checkout and just put in ESP13.
Yep.
Easy, guys. It's my lucky number birthday.
There you go.
This is why I'm so lucky, you know, not.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
You are very, very welcome. And yeah, I can't wait to, you know, keep working with you. And I know Jen and Adam are really excited. So yeah.
That's awesome. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look forward to it.
All right.
Well, thank you very much, Jesse.
All right. You guys have a good day, right? Because you're in the daytime?
Day. Yes.
There you go.
10:45.
There you go. Everybody have a good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jesse. Talk to you soon. Bye. So there you have it. Another spam. Seriously. Okay, so Brian's now in under Hunterphobia. So go subscribe to Brian's channel. He also has a podcast channel called Through the Lens, which is really, really awesome as well. And again, thank you, Brian. Brian is such a lovely person. Yeah, he's got a beautiful soul. So yes, from Adam, Jen, and I, we thank you, Brian, for you know, getting us in touch with Jesse. And yes, he is the founder of Parapost, which you guys would have seen me post on my IG story a couple of times. And I will be doing a special post for that as well. So if you are like an investigating team, go and sign up to Parapost. It's really, really good for, networking with other investigator teams around the world. And it's great to, get feedback, on either, things that you've captured or, different investigative techniques. And Jesse is the website, I've gone brain dead again. Jesse is the sponsor of Parapost as well. So yeah, it's a streaming service like Netflix. It is. You're talking about Paraflix, I'm assuming. Yeah, how much is Paraflix, Dan? I haven't had a look for a while. So yeah, I'll leave it there, guys, because I've got stuff to do, and I am exhausted. This flu hit me super, super hard. It's just like taken every tiny little ounce of energy out of me. So just sitting here talking has just drained me. But it's been fantastic, seeing everyone, saying hi to everybody, and yeah, like finally telling you guys, because oh my gosh, the amount of times Jen and I have been wanting to like spill the beans is just ridiculous. So yay, it's finally out there. We are, we've got an official sponsor, and yeah, we can't wait to get, the first couple of pieces of gear to put to the test. So yeah, I hope you guys are, excited for us, and we'll go check the website out, because yeah, the things that he's got on there are incredible, and he does it all by himself. So very, very, very lovely guy, and yes, spends a lot of time building. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. And go get yourself, good Lord, I always get confused. Which way am I going? Hang on. Go get yourself some merch. The link is in the description box. And we would absolutely love, some PayPal donations if you are in the position to give them. We are in the process of saving for some wireless mic packs, because yeah, I really, really want to improve the quality of our audio. I do have a good friend of mine helping with some camera equipment, so we're going to be testing that out for the first time tonight. Plus, I can't film with using, my phone or anything anyway, because it's not working again. And yeah, Is anyone else having issues with electronics? Or is it just me? I know my friend Pixie is. But seriously, like everything. It is, Andrea. What is with it today? Pixie had a tampon spam bot on her live the other day. So at least I didn't get a tampon one. It's just me. Great. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, my workload with my day job should be kind of going a little bit back to normal within the next couple of weeks. So hopefully I'll be able to get back into my superwoman editing mode type thing, because at the moment I just can't get going. It's been very hard. And I know it's been ages since we uploaded, so I do apologize for that, but that is why we've been doing live investigations. Plus, you guys seem to really like the live investigations. So if you're happy, you know, obviously I'll put up part 1, part 2 of 2021. But yeah, if I haven't been able to edit an episode in time, we'll do a live investigation. I think also doing, yeah, I do need to. Thanks, Jens. But I think doing live investigations is good for you guys as well, because, you know, you get to see the stuff as it's happening. Like, there's no editing. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you hear something like an EVP come through the audio, or, you know, you see a shadow or an anomaly, whatever it may be, it's live. And we know it from our hands. Oh, and the other question before I go. Would you guys like me to do another static cam marathon? Or I could do, I know my mum is ready to do part 2 live stream of telling you some of her other freaky stories. There's a few different things that we can do. What I might do is I'll put a poll up on my community tab. So make sure you are subscribed. Give this live stream a like. And yeah, leave us a comment of where you are. So where are you watching from? So everyone in the chat, anyone on Team Rewatch, comment below. Where are you from? Let us know. My mum is cool. She's not feeling the best though, because she had her third COVID booster yesterday. So yeah, she's feeling a bit crap. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to tell you guys other than I don't have my shit together right now. Just being perfectly honest, as always. Oh, and I hate being sick in summer. It sucks. Watching from your chair. Northern California. All right, I'm going to go, guys. Pop where you're from down in the comment section. And tell me something cool about where you are from. and I'll go through and I'll read everyone's comments, and I'll pick one out and I'll pin it. Okay? All right, I've missed you guys. And yeah, I will talk to you all very, very soon. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day if you're in Australia. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.